Look, bitch, I ain't feeling your shit. Ain't song that I'm on, I be killing this shit, you ain't look whack. I throw packs, done with bricks. I'm done with 6 figures, still on the strip. No ceiling when I'm willing to whip. Oh yeah, it's ass was trash, but it's filling the lips. That slut probably got my nuts still on her lips. So much ice in my watch, I'm not feeling my wrist.
Partying, rich with Cardi, shining for the audience. They watch me like a guardian. Green light, red light, shine like a headlight. Shorty got a head right. I be there every night, but that. I be stuck in the trap like I'm a dead mice. Watching for the fed life, trying to get my head right.
Meek Mill has had his beefs with Drake and the city of Philadelphia, but you might now remember he's also had a situation with Cassidy. Both artists are from Philly, and we've seen people from the same area beef multiple times across the years. Cassidy and Meek were from the same city, but rose to prominence at different points. Still, them going at each other is an integral part of both their careers in the rap game. As the years have gone on, Meek has spoken on multiple people about multiple things, or just said things that made people raise their eyebrows in general.
70%, matter of fact, what's your percentage going on these niggas?
90%.
Yeah, 90% niggas, they be hating, man. I see it in their face when I step up in the crowd, I go, show them niggas be hating. I be mad, man. And I don't do nothing to make them mad. I don't even be around. I've been around for 30 days, but I ain't seen nobody. I don't even been around. I've been on the road for damn near 2 years. I don't do nothing to make you mad. Why you mad at me?
But Cassidy was actually the first to throw shots at him in this situation. Let's get into it. The origins. The rap game is one where the torch is constantly being passed. The genre is always evolving and expanding. And while sometimes people wear their influences on their sleeves, there's always been an importance of reverence for those who came before. In some cases, an artist is able to reach a point where they make music with someone who inspired them, creating a beautiful full circle moment for both artists. And sometimes when the relationship turns into a mentor and mentee one, things can go wrong. Cassidy even mentioned this himself in a diss track against Meek.
Yeah, you been on my dick. You should've took your own advice. You know you not with me. I used to help you write your raps, give you tips on how to get better. I used to tutor you. Now you want to disrespect your teacher? Well, you got a problem on your hands that you can't deal with.
But we're getting ahead of ourselves. We need more context first, before we even get into that track. Cassidy built his name in Philly as a battle rapper and was freestyling with Meek, back when Meek only wore V-necks and couldn't get his braids done. But we'll get to those bars a little later. Still, this clip shows he wasn't lying in the slightest.
Hey yo, you ever see the movie Iron Man? Well, I squeeze Iron Man. That'll even leave Iron Man dying, man. I leave grown women crying, man. My pipe gets so hard that the broads call me Iron Man. No, I ain't Tony Stark. See, I was raised in the ghetto. But they shouldn't feel like my pipe made out of metal. I behave like a rebel.
Cassidy would always have respect since he had built a name for himself and released several successful albums. But Meek was building his own rep in the mixtape lane. Once he signed to Maybach Music Group, the image he once had as Meek Mills with cornrows was over, and he was now Meek Mill with a classic shortcut. Cassidy had a relationship with Meek throughout all of this and reached out to him to do music at this point, but did not get the answer he expected. He spoke about this on Report Card Radio in an interview posted in 2020.
I had a relationship with Meek Mills before his success. We did a lot of records together, hung out a lot of times. There's even a lot of footage that you could pull up and see of us, you know what I mean, developing a relationship before his success. But it was once he got more successful and started putting out singles, I reached out to him to work on a record. It made more sense now. We had records before when I was popping already and you was up and coming. So it was more one-sided, you know what I'm saying? But now that you got records out and you popping throughout the whole country, if we do a record together, it'd be big for the city. So I reached out and tried to get it done, but I guess it was a misunderstanding in the timing and the response and getting the record done. It seemed like it was real easy before the success came. But I still had success, and I was making it easy for him to reach out, get records done. But when he got a little bit of success, it seemed like it just was, the timing was off, things was different. So at the time, I just responded in a way, and that's how the whole shit.
He shared the same consistent story on The Breakfast Club in 2012, right in the midst of the situation.
If you would have asked me a year ago about Meek, you know what I'm saying, I would have had nothing but love for him. You know what I'm saying? I was doing a lot of records with him when he was in Philly before he got in this situation. You know, I bought him out the shows, BB Kings, everywhere I was at, I was rocking out with him. You know what I'm saying? But I just felt as though once he got on, things wasn't exactly the same. I don't know if it was because he was busy or he switched his pitch, but I don't know. But I still kept it all the same. You know what I mean? Until I started seeing him talking crazy on Twitter. I know y'all know, like a couple months ago, he started saying little slick stuff on Twitter because I retweeted something somebody said. I'm not even sure if I read the whole tweet. I just wanted to let him know that people on the street want to see us still do music like how we used to now that he on. You know what I'm saying?
The battle begins. With Cassidy being a battle rapper and Meek having a background in that world from his origin days, it made sense for the two of them to have a rap battle to settle their differences. The number 100,000 was floating around as payment for them to do it. As we've seen time and time again, Meek took to Twitter to share his thoughts on the situation, and in a series of tweets, said he didn't even want a battle. Simultaneously, Cassidy seemed disinterested too.
So if you consider him a battle rapper though, but I said that he was. Meek Mill, you had a past beef with him. Will ever be like a battle with you and Meek? Have y'all made up to, get to this point to be able to have a battle?
Nah, like salute to Meek, but Meek ain't battle rap. Like maybe he battled like back in the day to try to get on, like to try to get people familiar with what he do. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's like a bunch of people that did that, but still wouldn't consider themselves battle rappers. You know what I mean? So, maybe that's the cloth he was covering back then, but it's been so much time of him doing other shit and doing music and in a different bag that I'm not sure if he even interested in battle rapping. I don't know.
The song that truly started the beef wasn't even a diss song. It was a song meant to raise awareness about AIDS prevention. Released in 2013, Condom Style was a parody of the global sensation Gangnam Style. This track landed Cassidy a 7-figure deal with Trojan, a condom company.
Me, but having sex unprotectedly is like putting your life in jeopardy. So I'm strapping up, open the wrapper up, and put the magnum on before I smash the John. She was kinda mad that I had it on, but no, I ain't gonna raw on that nasty John. I don't care if she say I'm not infected, cause I don't wanna hear her say that you got me pregnant.
A lot of bad ones want you to go raw, but you don't know. Hey! You out of luck.
Stroke 'em condom style.
While clearly humorous, yet still informative, Meek Mill took to social media and called it the worst song in the history of rapping. Upon hearing this, Cassidy dropped Me, Myself, and iPhone, which dedicates its final moments to Meek Mill and has a creative phone call stylization. It also has the bars we referenced earlier.
I'm getting tired of all this Meek.
Me too, but what you gonna do about this Meek?
He said he won the battle, but when I took him up on his offer, he started to reconsider.
That cat lame, on every song he rap the same. That cat change, he got a deal and don't act the same.
That wildin' cause he sold a couple 100,000, but I sold triple what that sold my first album.
He not selling cause that can't stop yelling. He know he can't f with you, that look up to you.
They ain't nothing new, R.A.I.D, son. I was around when that clown couldn't even get his braids done.
Why you drop that I'm a ball?
Cause his boss say you're boss, and he just on his boss dick. I usually don't get mad, but I had enough. When he dropped that song, Amen, that was blasphemous.
He should praise his heavenly father, the creator.
But yo, I gotta go. I'ma holler at you later.
Meek Mill responded with Repo in December 2013, and the production style was right in line with what we heard from him in the 2010s.
Battle rap? How you gonna handle that? 100 grand? You ain't got the task for that. You ain't got the stacks for that. You the one we laughing at. You ain't got half for that. They pump you up, asthma attack. Bye, clown, calm down. For you made me bomb now.
Outside of this section, the track is par for the course for Meek, and many listeners at the time felt the same way. Cassidy took to Twitter to show his disapproval of the song. The two of them would continue to go at it on Twitter too. After this, Cassidy dropped the big one. R.A.I.D was a 10-minute song that decimated Meek. R.A.I.D is an acronym that stands for Robert Ass is Dead. Robert is Meek's real name. Before the dissing even begins, the track starts with a soundbite of Meek talking about how good Cassidy is at battle rapping. This alone is a great example of how things can change between two people and how people can forget the past when it's convenient for them.
Everybody know Cassidy, that's what he do. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't easy to get around them punchlines he gonna bring to you in the battle. I don't care what you say, how it sound back then, or you ain't getting around that in no battle that easy, you know what I'm saying? That boy, that's what he do professionally. He been doing it. I seen Cassidy been in probably more than 5,000 battles, and I don't think he had one L. And I don't think a new guy just gonna step up and give him.
During this diss, Cassidy raps over multiple instantly recognizable beats, such as Jadakiss's We Gon' Make It, Nas's Ether, KRS-One's The Bridge Is Over, Jay-Z's Takeover, and multiple others. The song is sort of a history lesson in diss tracks from that aspect alone. In addition to multiple other shots and direct disses, Cassidy calls out Meek for his rapping style, which many people have spoken about jokingly, but it was ammo for Cassidy.
Relation. I hate talking about the past, but wild shit be coming out your mouth cause you talking out your ass. But watch how you talk when you talking about Cass, cause I'm seriously offended. Don't get your career ended, you finished. Your whole career is a gimmick. You must have lost your damn mind screaming all the damn time. You can't rhyme, and if it wasn't for Charlie Mack, you wouldn't even have a house to have a house party at. You could hardly rap, all you do is make party track. No, Meek sounds so weak on the slow beat. You blew up fast, but now you got a slow leak. All you gonna hear about is how Cass aired you out. Who cares about how you supposed to be rich or how you riding in your ghost, rolling on your wrist? Bitch, you really hype, but you ain't even reppin' Philly right. You not a big Willie just cause you know how to Willie bite.
He also was ahead of everyone for calling out Meek for some things that have recently been coming to light with the Diddy situation.
Now your song getting played 8 days. So you gassed up, but I still eat your ass up. You turned into a fag to get your cash up, but I'd rather be broke than get my ass.
We all remember how Rick Ross and Meek were locked in together, being featured on each other's songs, and how Maybach Music was a dominant force at one point. Cassidy had words for them too.
What I'ma do to you? Kill you in the battle, then while Lakers say a poem at your funeral. Damn. Cause you wasn't getting bread then. Now you trying to ride out, but you coming down the dead end. You was a bum. You couldn't even get your braids done. It looked like you was growing dreads in. And we know I turned to Christ like Tebow, but in jail was the only time I hung around the CO. I'm moisten nights in that imitation watch. So why you always rapping about how much cake you got? You a son of a bitch trying to imitate your pop, and you never was a thug. Why you imitating Pop?
The battle continues. One would think Meek would have admitted defeat after Cassidy dissed him for 10 minutes. But he decided to pivot by talking about, well, not much of anything really, during an interview in response to it. Then dropped a response track 8 months later.
Like, the streets want to know, like, you know, they've been locked on you for the last couple weeks, you know what I mean? You've been going back and forth with Cassidy, you know, they want to know, like, will you respond or not? Like,
see, my whole thing is, like, you know, like, when you're going back and forth with somebody, man, if you think 3 weeks back, you wouldn't answer this question. If we this record or whatever, and after this record, the next day you gotta try to drop a new song and you try to benefit off me, that's when it becomes not a game no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't benefiting off of me. That little your interviews, that go away in 4 weeks and 50 days or some shit like that. That is all over with. So like, you know what I'm saying? When it become that, it ain't fun no more to me. This is trying to steal from me, basically. You know what I'm saying? I just let you hear 3-4 minutes of me going in on dude, but I ain't want to drop it. My whole thing is, man, I make boss moves, I make power moves, I get money, I'm living life, I'm taking care of my family, my bills is paid up.
For this one, I mean, just the title alone aged horribly. The track was called Kendrick You Next. The title is in reference to the notorious Kendrick verse from the Big Sean song, Control, that shook the entire rap game. Everyone was making their response tracks to it, even though doing that showed that they misunderstood Kendrick's verse. But that's a whole different video. Anywho, in Meek's track, he goes in on Cassidy and has one line about Kendrick. But of course, at the time, the title alone got people's attention because they thought the whole song would be about him. Meek takes a page from Cassidy's book and raps over classic beats too. even starts his verse with a direct reference to how Tupac started the classic diss track, Hit 'Em Up.
First off, you get a blood test. You are upset where the love at. When we talking about Philly, no, I run that. Same place I've been them corners, you can never come back. You fraud, ball like I'm Chrissy Paul. I cross when you hate it, when you lost, you soft. Then you disrespect a boss, you dissing to get you on, that'll get you off. Bro, when you was screaming, come to my hotel, we was slinging work out the motel. No scale, Barry Reese, I know you so well.
Meek makes some solid references to situations Cassidy has been in throughout the track. He also mentions the car accident Cassidy was in.
I'ma hit him where it hurt. This gon' make his dog max. This verse gon' hit this harder than that car crash. That you should've died then. I'm mad that you survived it.
Cassidy's response was around 8 minutes long this time. And it honestly was just more of a victory lap, but still touched him again on multiple things.
Them corny bars you done said already. You already know I heard it on the radio in February. You had to wait 8 months to respond back. You ain't ready for combat, your rhymes whack. Yeah, I'm probably on the Molly and some cognac, but I'ma make Rick Ross rip up your contract. I'm too real, you ain't never had true skill. I ain't broke chill, man, I'm still worth a few mil. You remind me of Cisco from Drew Hill. How you feel you got Lil Snoop killed.
Considering enough time had passed with Meek dropping a response 8 months later, and Cassidy's response to that taking around 2 days to drop, the beef just ended. The beef was an excellent example of a sweep if you go by rounds when it comes to beefs. One of Meek's songs barely addressed Cassidy, and Cassidy simply used more time to say more things about Meek. Plus, Meek used a technique Cassidy used, which of course, Cassidy called him out for too. In an interview with Vlad TV, Cassidy shared that after it all, he sees the beef as a good thing for the whole world of hip-hop because of the competitive nature they were in.
It's hip-hop, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, the media try to make it seem like it's on some street beef or something like that. Like, I don't want nothing to happen to Meek. Like, you know what I'm saying? That was my homie. I was showing him love before the whole world even knew who he was. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I wish him nothing but the best. But at the end of the day, I feel as though I'm the best with this music. So if anybody ever try to question that, then it's like, let's get it. You know what I'm saying? So I feel as though need to be more competitive, man. Everybody friends and hugging and shaking hands and sitting together is like, where's the competition at? And I mean, that's what make hip hop more interesting. Like, you know what I mean? I don't want to see basketball teams. It's like certain basketball players from different teams is cool. They could go out to clubs or, you know what I mean, talk. But when they get on that court, you got to be competitive. You got to be ready to win. And that's how I am when I get on songs. That's how I am dealing with music, period. I'm competitive. So at the end of the day, we went through a little something to just, you know what I mean, keep it hip hop. But that's over with, man. You know what I mean? Everybody got their opinion on what happened. You know, seen what I did, they seen what he did. And now we on to some whole other shit. He doing what he doing, I'm doing what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying?
In our research, we found 2 songs that Meek and Cassidy actually made together. One is called In My Bag and features Gilly the Kid, and the other is called It's Me Again and features C Grand. Cassidy spoke about It's Me Again with Vlad TV at a different point and confirmed the beef had been squashed.
Well, me and Meek Mill's been doing songs since back in the day, you know what I'm saying? But now since he's buzzing, he got it popping right now, you know what I'm saying? I thought it'd be a perfect time to bring out a new record. So it's me, him, and this kid named C Grand from Philly that I've been, you know what I mean, working with. So it's a real big record. It's out right now. You can download it. It's called It's Me Again. It's crazy. Flow crazy, beat crazy, bringing some hard bars to the shit. It was a misunderstanding. You know what I'm saying? Something I retweeted. You know what I'm saying? It was a misunderstanding, but we cleared that up. That's why I wanted to put the record out to show people we from the same city and it's all love.
No matter whose side you're on, it's always a treat to see rappers go at it, track after track. It's nostalgic for some to go back and listen to the disses they love and compare them to the ones that came before and after them. Cassidy and Meek Mill's beef showed the world what Philly rappers were capable of when it came down to it. And no doubt both artists gained new fans from it. In 2024, unfortunately, Meek is in hot water, or worse, in regards to Diddy's current situation. While he has not been formally charged, he said he's willing to pay $100,000 to an investigation team to show that he's not connected to Diddy, when there are multiple pictures and videos of them together. Yet another odd choice he's made, but it wasn't the first and won't be the last. Meanwhile, Cassidy dropped a song called No Diddy this year, which disses Diddy and Drake. He also put out other music this year. So who knows? Maybe there'll be more to this story soon enough. Until then, we hope you enjoyed the video, and make sure to check out these other industry beefs we've covered. If you want more, do us a solid and like, share, and comment, and make sure you subscribe if you're new. We are dropping new content every week. Thanks for hanging out with us today, and as always, we will see you in the next one.